Hey there! Thanks for stopping by and checking out our course snippet, taken from the Web Development Masterclass. In our course, we teach the full web development lifecycle, including all the latest web technologies and cloud hosting frameworks. For full course details and registration, please visit the link down below in the info section.
When programming in any language, it's very common to create logic that performs different actions based on one or more conditions. JavaScript has a variety of conditional statements that we'll explore in this lesson. We'll be exploring the if, else, and else-if statements. These statements allow us to execute an action contained within a block of code if certain conditions are met. Let's take a look at how this works with a simple example. We'll create a script that converts a student's numerical test score into a letter grade. To keep it simple, we'll assume the test was out of 100 marks. First, we need to define the grading system. Let's say that a score of 0 to 49 equals an F. 50 to 69 equals a D. 70 to 79 equals a C. 80 to 89 equals a B, and 90 to 100 inclusive, equals an A. In order to do this, we need to start by creating our test score variable and assigning a value. We'll call the variable score, and we'll assign a value of 65 for now. Keep in mind that we'll make changes to this score to test our script later on. Next, we'll need to start with our first if statement. If the score is less than 50, we want to output an F. So start by typing if score is less than 50, we will output an F using the document.write method. If the score is greater than 50 but less than 70, we want to output a D. Since we're adding a condition to our original if statement, we must start this condition with the else if statement. I'll copy this else if statement because we're going to create a few others. So the next one we need is if the score is greater than 70 but less than 80, we want to output a C. This is for if the score is greater than 80 but less than 90, we'll output a B. And if the score is greater than 90 or equal to 100, we want to output an A. Now, the last thing we want to do is if the score is anything above 100, we need to display an error message indicating that the score must be less than 100 because the exam was out of 100 marks. For this, we'll use the else statement. The else statement instructs the script on what to do if none of the preceding conditions have been met. And now I'll go ahead and save this file and preview it in our web browser. So here we have D that has been outputted because our current score, we've set it to 65. Now that is greater than 50 and less than 70. So if we were to change our score, let's go ahead and change the score to 81. And in this case, it correctly outputs a B because that's over 80, but less than 90. Now let's see what will happen if we create a score above 100. Okay, so our else statement is working. The score must be less than 100. And so you can go ahead and play with that, but that's basically how the if, else if, and else statements work, also known as conditional statements.